Going to start a lesson from political science. In the last lecture, we have finished with first history lesson, that is women, caste and reform. I hope you have understood that. Okay, so now we will be moving on to the lesson from the political science, that is why do we need a parliament. Okay, it is very easy to understand what we experienced every day and what is going around in our country. So if you are habitual of reading the newspapers or hearing the news on TV channels, then you will know how the government works in any country. So the working of government, how it is done, who all can be the participants of that government, what is democracy, that all we are going to learn one by one. So what is the importance of parliament? That is our main important point of this lesson. त्याला आपण संसद भवन म्हणतो. तुम्ही कधीतरी इंटरेस्ट असेल, आय वुड लाईक टू सजेस्ट वेन एव्हर यू गेट टाइम, जेव्हा पावसाळी अधिवेशन असतं, आता पावसाळ्यात त्याचं अधिवेशन सुरू होईल, पण कोरोनामुळे आय एम डाऊटफुल, तर त्याचे लाईव्ह कास्ट डीडी नॅशनलवर होतात. लोकसभेमध्ये जे कामकाज होतं, तर एकदा तरी तुम्ही ते बघा, ते लाईव्ह टेलिकास्ट होतं ते, तर तुम्हाला या लेसनची सगळी क्लिअर आयडिया येईल. व्हॉट इट इज ऑल अबाउट, व्हॉट इज पार्लमेंट, व्हॉट इज मेंबर ऑफ पार्लमेंट, why they meet in a parliament, what all type of job they do in that parliament, who is the head of that. They call it as a speaker of the parliament. So you will come to know, means if you have interest and if you get a chance to ask your parents that I want to watch one such session, then you will come to know all everything. So now I am again back to our topic, that is why do we need a parliament. Now for that I am going to share you first the PPT, then we are going to read the content from the textbook. Okay, name of our lesson, and it is a political science textbook. You have to refer the link which is given to you, sent by school, NCERT textbooks. You have to follow that, and on that you will find all the books whatever are needed in your grade 8. Okay, so why do we need a parliament? Why should people decide? People म्हणजे कोण? आपण, the citizens of that any country. Why we should decide that we need a parliament? So that is all about. So for that you have to read from the textbook from page number 30 till the end of the page 33. Now I will share you the textbook, so we will have a look over it. Now I am going to read the content from the book. We in India pride ourselves on being a democracy. Means you know that India is one of the largest democracy in the country. Democracy, you know the meaning of this word, what democracy means. We have a freedom to speech, we have freedom to follow our religion, we have freedom for our education. We do participate. आणि त्याच्यात एक छोटीशी तुम्हाला डेफिनेशन द्यायची, म्हणजे जसं मी ऑडिओमध्ये पण म्हटलेलं आहे, डेमोक्रेसी म्हणजे काय? बाय द पीपल फॉर द पीपल. Correct? That is in short the democracy definition. Here we will try and understand the relation between the ideas of participation in decision making and the need for all democratic governments to have the consent of their citizens. म्हणजे आपलं पार्टिसिपेशन किती महत्वाचं आहे डिसिजन मेकिंग मध्ये. डिसिजन मेकिंग मीन्स मेकिंग अ लॉ. Okay, why that law has to be made, and in making that process and taking any decision, how we as a citizen are very much important, what is our role, that all we are going to learn here. It is these elements that together make us a democracy, and this is the best expressed in institution of the parliament. In this chapter, we will try to see how the parliament enables citizens of India to participate in decision making and control the government, thus making it the most important symbol of Indian democracy and a key feature of the constitution. Okay, as I told you how important we are. तुम्ही ह्याचं पिक्चर, तुम्ही मी जसं म्हटलं तसं एक लाईव्ह टेलिकास्ट बघा, ह्याला आपलं संसद भवन म्हणतात. आणि ह्याच्यात इथे लोकांचे आयडल्स का बनवून दाखवलेले आहेत, तर व्हॉट वी आर इम्पॉर्टंट. वी प्ले अ व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट रोल, दॅट इज वाय इट इज. आणि आपल्या हातावरती उभी केलेली आहे, त्याचं सिम्बॉलिक रिप्रेझेंटेशन कळलं तुम्हाला? प्रत्येकाच्या ती हातावर उभी केलेली आहे, मीन्स वी आर द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट पार्ट ऑफ फॉर्मेशन of government, in the decision makers, and in the forming of parliament. Correct? Okay, next. Why should people decide? Okay, here I want to give just small introduction. आता हे जो सगळं whatever is all political science content we are going to read henceforth. I have taken the lesson from the history, that is women, caste and reform. Now we have learned all the reformers, what their struggle is, what were the problems with the caste discrimination, what were the problems for the women. All that we have learned in that lesson, and how those reformers banned those barbaric practices, that also we learn. Why I'm giving those, referring that all history lesson, because this is this political science lesson what I have started today has the support or has the base in history. Okay, so if you remember all those situations of women, all those situations of the lower caste people, you will come to know it better. Okay, India as we know became independent on 15th August 1947. Preceding this was a long and difficult struggle in which many sections of society participated. People from various backgrounds joined the struggle, and they were inspired by the ideas of freedom, equality, and participation in decision making. Under colonial rule, the people had lived in a fear of British government and did not agree with many of the decisions that they took. So is this referring to what I said just now from the history? But they faced grave danger if they tried to criticize these decisions. Means whatever policies or whatever decisions are taken by the British government, people were not ready to oppose those decisions because they were fearing, because they were thinking it could be dangerous to our lives also if we raise a voice against those decisions. The freedom movement changed this situation. The nationalists began to openly criticize the British government and make demands. As far back as 1885, the Indian National Congress demanded that there be elected members in the legislature with the right to discuss the budget and ask questions. Now here the word legislature is very, very important part of our political science whole subject. हे लेजिस्लेचर्स कोण आहेत, त्याला मराठीत म्हणतात विधिमंडळ. तर विधी मीन्स मेकिंग लॉ, डिसिजन मेकर्स. अँड हू आर दोज डिसिजन मेकर्स? Those are all the elected representatives who participate in the working of parliament. So that is the meaning of legislature, means those are the decision makers. You might have learned about that, the three organs of democracy or three organs of government. What is that? It is legislature, executives, and judiciary. So these are three different sections which are working separately. Judiciary is independent organ, but executives and legislature, they work together. You will come to know in each lesson what is legislature, what is executive, and what is judiciary. So here the meaning of legislature means decision makers in short. Okay. Okay. As far back as 1885, the Indian National Congress demanded that there be elected members in the legislature with the right to discuss the budget and ask questions. The Government of India Act 1909 allowed for some elected representation. While these early legislatures under the British government were in response to the growing demands of the nationalists, they did not allow for all adults to vote, nor could people participate in decision making. आता ही स्लो प्रोसेस आहे. 1909 मधली सिच्युएशन आणि आताची सिच्युएशन इज टोटली डिफरंट. So at that time the British government was existing. In that British government there was representation of nationalists from India, but it was not a complete representation. आणि जिथे complete representation नाहीये तिथे you can't fight against your problems. So nationalist म्हणजे फ्रीडम फायटर्स जे होते आणि जे लीडर होते त्या काळी, त्यांनी काय विचार केला की जोपर्यंत ब्रिटिश गव्हर्नमेंटमध्ये आपलं रिप्रेझेंटेशन वाढत नाही, म्हणजे आपले मेंबर्स निवडून जात नाहीत, तोपर्यंत आपले हे सगळे प्रॉब्लेम सॉर्ट आउट होणारच नाही. दिस वॉज देअर थिंकिंग. ओके. As you read in chapter, the experience of colonial rule as well as the participation of different people in the struggle for freedom left little doubt in the minds of the nationalists that all persons in independent India would be able to participate in making decisions. हा डाऊट होता, मी जसं तुम्हाला आत्ताच एक्सप्लेन केलं. With the coming of independence, we were going to be the citizens of a free country. आपल्याला 1947 नंतर आपल्याला इंडिपेंडन्स मिळाला आणि आपण फ्री कंट्री झालो. विच वी वेअर नॉट अंडर द कॉलोनियल रूल. कॉलोनियल रूल म्हणजे ब्रिटिशांनी आपल्यावर राज्य केलं होतं. This did not mean that government could do what it felt like. It meant that government had to be sensitive to people's need and demands. म्हणजे गव्हर्नमेंटनी लोकांच्या ज्या काही गरजा आहेत, अपेक्षा आहेत, त्याच्याकडे पूर्ण लक्ष दिलं पाहिजे आणि त्या गरजा, अपेक्षा पूर्ण केल्या पाहिजेत. The dreams and aspirations of the freedom struggle were made concrete in the Constitution of Independent India that laid down the principle of universal adult franchise, that is, all adult citizens of the country have the right to vote. त्याला युनिव्हर्सल ॲडल्ट फ्रँचाइज म्हणतात. म्हणजे आता आपल्याकडे above 18 we have the right to vote. We can participate in the process of election. We can participate in the process of decision making. The one, okay, that is right to vote. Now, people and their representatives. The takeoff point of a democracy is the idea of consent, that is the desire, approval and participation of people. आता त्यांनी त्याला टेक ऑफ पॉइंट का म्हटलंय? कारण इथून तुमच्या डेमोक्रेसीची खरी सुरुवात आहे. तुम्ही डेमोक्रेसी म्हणताय, पण जर तुम्ही लोकांना तेवढे राईट्सच नाही दिले तर इट कांट बी अ डेमोक्रेसी. म्हणून टेक ऑफ पॉइंट काय आहे, तर कुठल्या बेसिसवर हे खरं शक्य होणार आहे, तर desire, approval and participation of people. That is why they have used the take-off point word. It is the decision of people that creates a democratic government and decides about its functioning. The basic idea in this kind of democracy is that the individual or the citizen is the most important person, and that in principle the government as well as other public institutions need to have the trust of these citizens. इथे त्यांनी in short citizens how they are important in the democracy and how they can take off that democracy to another level. So this is all explained in the first paragraph. How does the individual give approval to the government? आपण गव्हर्नमेंटला अप्रुव्हल कसं देणार आहे? One way of doing so, as you read, is through the election. आपण आत्ताच इलेक्शन झाली आपल्याकडे, जनरल इलेक्शन्स. त्याच्यात तुमच्या पेरेंटने जाऊन वोटिंग केलेलं आहे. वोटिंग केल्यानंतर एक पार्टी निवडून आली ज्यांना मेजॉरिटी वोट्स मिळाले आणि त्यांनी गव्हर्नमेंट फॉर्म केलं. म्हणजे काय झालं, अल्टिमेटली गव्हर्नमेंट फॉर्मेशन मध्ये आपण पार्टिसिपेट केलं की नाही? आपण का वोट केलं, तर हे आपण जे निवडून दिलेले लीडर्स आहेत ते आपले प्रॉब्लेम्स मांडणार आहेत आणि त्याच्यावरती सोल्युशन आपल्यासाठी घेऊन येणार आहेत. they will be our representatives. So that way we have participated in the formation of government. People would elect their representatives to the parliament. Then one group from among these elected representatives forms the government. The parliament, which is made of all representatives together, controls and guides the government. In this sense, people, through their chosen representatives, form the government and also control it. Okay. Now the next part from the lesson is on the page number 30. The above idea of representation has been an important theme in your class 6 and 7 social and political life textbook. You are familiar with how representatives are chosen at different levels of the government. Let us recall these ideas by doing the following exercise. So this exercise you should know what does it means. Use the term constituency and represent to explain who an MLA is and how the person gets elected. Now the content what we read from the textbook, I am going to talk about in the simple words which is covered in our PPT. So first part of the lesson, why should people decide? Huh? A democracy is a different from for other forms of government because it allows its citizens to voice their opinion on how the country functions. So, as I told you just now, that we are participating in election and we are deciding the government. However, it is practically possible for billion opinions to be heard. हाऊ डू वी मेक दिस पॉसिबल? एवढे आपल्या देशात किती राहतात? 1,200 कोटी लोक राहतात. 1,200 कोटी लोकांचं आपल्याला प्रत्येक वेळा ऐकणं शक्य आहे का? तर नाही. तर त्याच्यासाठी सिस्टीम काय केलेली आहे आपल्याकडे? तर इलेक्शन प्रोसेस. ओके, वी डू इट थ्रू इलेक्टेड रिप्रेझेंटेटिव्ह इन अन इलेक्शन. People who want to be a part of the government form groups or stand independently for elections as candidates. These groups are called political parties. Now you know the names very much. Very this now it is popular because of TV channel Shiv Sena, then Congress, Bharatiya Janata Party. All these you are well aware about it, correct? So these they have some same ideologies and they come together and they form a party or a group and then they participate in the election. Each adult constituent, for the adult they have used the word constituent also, is eligible to vote for a person who they think will represent their opinion the best. म्हणजे तुम्हाला अधिकार दिलेला आहे, तुम्हाला कोणाला निवडून द्यायचंय, तुम्हाला तुमचं मत कोणाला द्यायचंय, दॅट राईट इज गिवन टू अस बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. द कॅन्डिडेट हू गेट्स द मोस्ट नंबर ऑफ वोट्स इन अ रिजन wins the election and is expected to represent the opinions of all its constituents. As discussed earlier, each adult elects people to represent them at 3 levels: panchayat or municipality level, state level and country level. आपल्याकडचे 3 डिफरंट लेवल्स आहेत. एक पंचायत म्हणजे विलेज लेवल वरती और म्युनिसिपॅलिटी लेवल, स्टेट लेवल अँड कंट्री लेवल. म्हणजे पुणे महानगरपालिका म्हणतो ना आपण, म्हणजे पुणे म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन. स्टेट लेवल महाराष्ट्र, कंट्री लेवल भारत, म्हणजे भारतातला महाराष्ट्र स्टेट मधलं पुणे. दोज आर 3 डिफरंट लेवल्स. Similarly, there are so many states. So each city which comes under that state, city will be under one level, then state level, and then the country level. That is, we call it as a central level also. The person elected for each of these levels is responsible for different types of decisions according to the demands of public. Correct? According to the demand of the people who are living in that area or region. So those decisions, once he get elected, he can put forward their opinions, he or she, whoever it is.
If you like our videos, do share them and subscribe to our channel. If you want awesome quizzes, write to us. Keep watching and keep learning with Walnut.